Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting video. I am Dr. Farahat Ali, and in this video we will learn about the SPSS software. So without wasting any time, let's start. First of all, this is the layout of SPSS software where you can see the two windows, variable view and data view. In variable view, we basically enter the questionnaire of our study, and in the data view we entered the responses of our respondents. So let's start with the variable view. In variable view you will see name, type, width, decimals, label, values, missing, columns, align, measures and role columns. And you will see some option of file, edit, view, data, transform, analyze. We will see all of these options. First of all, let's start with the basic data entry. In variable view, if you want to enter the details of your questionnaire, suppose I have a questionnaire here where I want to enter the details of gender, age, marital status. So let's start with the sex, and here I'm going to enter the sex. In the name portion, you have to see that there is no option of space available in SPSS software. If you try to enter the two words like political communication, so you cannot give the space between these two words. If you do so, you will receive an error. Variable name contains an illegal characters, so you have to write the two words with underscore, or you can use the dollar sign between these two words. So the better option is to use underscore between two words, and keep the name small and not make it a big one. So let's start with the entry. I have entered first variable, which is gender, and it will automatically fill the rest of the columns, and there is no need to change anything. And in the label portion, you can write your question: what is your gender? And in the values portion, you have to enter the categories of your question, like what is your gender, and if you have two options like male and female, so you can enter the value 1 with the male and value 2 with the female. So this is the entry of values. If you have any missing value in your data set, then you can choose the missing values option here, and you can choose any number here like 999, and you can replace all of your data where there is no data provided by the respondents. You can change it with the 999 option or any other option that you want to give to the missing value. There is no need to change column, align. In the measures option, you can choose nominal, ordinal, scale. The sex or gender is a nominal variable, so I'm going to keep it as a nominal. And next, if you want to enter a ratio variable, like if you want to enter CGPA, there is no need to provide any values because we do not know the exact CGPA of our respondents. And similarly, if you have marital status, options to the marital status like 1 for single and 2 for married people. So here, do you smoke? Yes, no. In this case, you can give one number to yes and two number to no. If yes, how many cigarettes do you smoke per week? If you want to enter this question, and you can mention number of the cigarettes. And here there is no need to provide any values. So if you want to enter the data of this questionnaire, you have to go here. Here, if the first respondent, here as you can see, these are the basically respondents, and it will always be better to add another variable of ID and give an ID to all of your questionnaire. So if you have to track down any questionnaire, whether it has a missing values or not, you can track with the ID of that questionnaire. So here I'm going to mention IDs here: 3, 4, 5, 6. And my first respondent is male, then I can give it 1. Then if second one is female, 2. Then third one is male, male, female, and female. For CGPA, the first male has CGPA of 3.26, then 3.96, or 95, 3.22, 3.66, 3.44, 2.56, and number of cigarette smokes you can mention 7, 5, 6, 9, 8, 10. So this is the data entry, and if you want to save this file, you can click on the file option to see the save as option, and you can save your file to your required destination folder. And here I'm going to save it to the desktop. So I have saved this file. Here I have some other questions, like if you have asked the questions on Likert scale, how can you enter the Likert scale data in SPSS? So you just have to copy all these questions and you can paste them here in variable view, select it, and then paste them. And how you can change these name to, like this is the scale A of optimism, and you want to change all of these name with OPT 1 2 3 4 5. How you can change this? Select this row, and you have to go to edit, then select copy with variable names, and then again you have to go to here and then click on the paste variable option. Here it will ask you how many variables you want to create. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, we want to create 6 variables, and what would be their name? OPT, and it will start with the 1 and it will lead to 2 3 4 5 6, and now it will replace all of these names. I'm going to just simply click on the OK button, replace existing variables. So it has created a new names for all of these variables. And now how I can enter the values of these questions? I have to simply go to value 1 as strongly disagree, and then 2 with disagree, 3 with neutral, 4 with agree, and 5 with strongly agree. Now you can simply select this option and paste with the rest of the one, and now you have created Likert scale dataset questionnaire in SPSS. And if you want to enter the data of these questions, suppose the respondent has told you that it is satisfied or optimistic, you can select this option. Okay, if you want to keep them with the exact number, you can remove these decimals to 0, but do not keep them 0 for the ratio numbers, like for CGPA and height, do not keep them to 0. Because so here, as you can see, now they have changed the numbers to the whole one. Now they have removed the decimals, and if you want to remove the rest of the decimals, you can keep them with the 0, but there is no need to keep the CGPA to 0, because if I change this CGPA to 0, it will convert all of them into the 4. So this is the procedure to enter the data in SPSS. Now I have already entered all of this data in a dataset, and we will perform some of the analysis. So here is a complete dataset. So I'm going to perform some basic analysis, like if you want to see perform the demographic analysis for this dataset, how you can perform this, go to analyze option, and here you can click on the descriptive option, frequency, and put all those variable here in variables portion for which you want to calculate the frequency. And if you want to see the tables in APS style, click on this option. If you want to see the mean of these variables, and there is another option of standard deviation, there is no need to select even mean, because we want to just simply see the frequency of these variables. click on the OK button. As you can see, these are the frequencies, and for sex there are 185 males, 254 are females. Then these are the age. For the age you can calculate the mean, and for child, as you can see, someone is a missing value. Then these are the education, these are sources of stress, these are the smoking status, yes, no, and there are 3 missing values. And if you want to perform some other analysis before moving to that, let's see some other options of SPSS. If you want to go to data option, there are some options available, like if you want to split your files, you want to split cases or select certain cases, you can select these options. And if you want to see that duplicate cases, you can click on these options. Transform option is used to compute a variables. Like I have asked the people to provide their optimism level, and now I want to compute this optimism scale into one score. And how you can do this, you have to simply, okay, I'm going to this file, and here you can go to transform, compute variable option, and now you can compute all of these statement with the single one. And I'm going to, and here I'm going to keep it to as a optimism, and you just have simply to click OK button. Now you have created a new variable, and as you can see, the person one has 30 optimism score, second one is 22, then this person has low optimism, this is good, 25, 24. So you can use this variable for all of your analysis. If you want to perform independent sample t-test and you want to see whether there is a difference between male and female optimism level, you can use this variable rather than all of these statements. So these are the statements, and this is a computed variable. So if I want to see whether my variable is reliable or not, you can go to analyze option here, and in analyze portion you can go to scale, then reliability analysis, and here you can select, like I have some statements of life satisfaction, and you can go to items option, select alpha, and for omega you can select this option. I'm going to select alpha reliability, Cronbach alpha, and simply click on the OK button. You can see these 5 statements have 8.890, which is a good reliability. One thing that you have to remember, that all of the analysis are available under the analyze option, and here you can see descriptive statistics, compare means option, but independent sample t-test, one way ANOVA, correlation option, and regression and scale and EFA. All of these options are available under the analyze button. If you want to create some graph or chart, you can use this option. So this is the SPSS, and here you can perform all of the analysis. I have already created a lot of videos related to different analysis. You can go to the description of this video and you will find out the links, that how you can create the tables of different analysis in APA, how you can perform the different analysis in SPSS. I hope you have liked this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.